First start off, I always say, win or lose, I'm a man of faith. God is amazing. So it was a great, hard-fought game out there by our guys. Michigan did a wonderful job of being physical and sustaining drive. They did a good job. The quarterback himself did a really good job of, controlling the game. And, that team didn't beat us. Fundamentals beat us. And that's the thing that we got to make sure that we get back to this week, because we got a quick turnaround. And so, we're excited for the challenge, but we still in control of where we need to be. We just got to make sure that we don't let one game beat us twice. So we'll come back and get back to work from that.
Mike Miller, BCB Plus. You're in the middle of a very, very tough division race right now with Arlington and St. Louis kind of maybe. All good? Can you hear me now?
All right. You're in the middle of a very tough division race with St. Louis and Arlington. And I'm just wondering, do you think any part of this game, this little backstep, was maybe looking a little bit too far ahead and overlooking Michigan a little bit, or was it just, like you said, getting back to execution?
Yeah, no, definitely wasn't overlooking them. We knew what this team was about, Even though they had a tough loss against St. Louis last week, we preached all week on how physical this game was going to be, and knowing that we had to have our fundamentals intact. And that was the one thing that beat us today. I don't care how good you are as a talent. If your fundamentals sometimes lack somewhere, and these are the things that happen.
Anything else? All right.
Coach, obviously not the outcome that you wanted today. What did you kind of see defensively these last couple of weeks, giving up 30-plus points in back-to-back games? Obviously, Michigan, their offense was on a roll today. What was kind of your evaluation of what's going on defensively?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It goes back to, guys reading their keys, being disciplined with their eyes. And then at the end of the day, it's all about tackling, and that's the second week, like you said, that we've had some poor tackling games these last 2 weeks. The scheme itself is where it needs to be. It just come down to executing it now. So that's the part for us. Just get back to, tackling the ball, getting that ball on the turf, and wrapping up and running our feet when we get ready to tackle. So that's the biggest thing right there. Offensively, we let their offense get too comfortable, allowed them to do whatever they want to do because we didn't sustain drives the way we needed to do from an offensive standpoint. Special team is what it was. Nothing offset in there other than we had a shank punt. But outside of that, man, it just came down to our fundamentals.
What did you kind of see on the play with the kick where Deontay Anderson kind of jumps over? Was that something that was planned, or did he just kind of do it on his own whim and ended up costing you guys?
Yeah, no, that was something that we called, but we just did it wrong. He shouldn't have started with a running start with it. You got to be only a yard away from that. So that hurt us right there. In that situation, we had a big stop, and they missed the field goal, and we gave them the ball back. So, again, it all went back to fundamentals, man, just knowing our assignment and executing it the right way.
Roland had another really big day for you guys, at least 8 catches and I think like 130-something yards. Can you just tell me a little bit about what he brings to the team as far as being an explosive playmaker? Yeah,
one thing about Roland, man, he prepare every week the right way. He take care of his body the right way. That's why he's being able to be out there and sustain a lot of playing time. And he come out to work, to practice. He understands the scheme week in and week out. And he's really good with talking back and forth with the quarterback, with Jordan, about what he's saying. So he over-communicate things like that. And they're on the same page and good rhythm and things like that. So excited to have him with us, and he's a pro's pro.